Hey guys, welcome to this video. My name is Hussein and I'm a grad student here at ASU. And today I want to talk about like leasing an apartment here in Tempe, and then a little bit about your monthly budget and also a bit about credit cards. So I'll try to keep this video as short as possible. First thing when looking for lease is obviously the cost. That's the number one driver for like looking at an apartment. And as an international student, you would definitely want to keep the cost as low as possible. So usually an average for the cost is between $450 to around $550 to $600 per head, which is kind of the average. And keeping that in mind, you should kind of look for apartments here in Tempe. Talking about the cost, like the apartments that are closer to the university tend to be obviously more expensive, and the ones that are away are a little cheaper. But the advantage here is in Tempe, you have this like free bus service that is like provided by the government, and basically it's called Orbit. You can Google it and find out the bus routes. So if you like get an apartment along one of those bus routes, it's really helpful because then you have free, like basically free travel to the university pretty much every day, and that is super convenient. Apart from that, you want to try to look for places near grocery stores because you will be like shopping a lot for food and stuff. So being near a grocery store means you don't have to like spend money on like traveling like once a week or maybe once or twice a week regularly. So that is something to kind of keep in mind. So looking for places, like what I would do is when I was searching for an apartment, I went on Google Maps and then I would like really zoom in onto the map and then look for like these apartment names, click on them, and then like this kind of window would open where the apartment name and then the person to contact and website would be there. So I go to their website and then I would look at different floor plans and then kind of like make a list of that on like a Google sheet or an Excel sheet, and I put together like maybe 40-50 names with their prices, how far they are, and then like kind of made a decision from there. So I will share that Google sheet on this video as well, so hopefully that might be a bit useful. An important thing that you should do is like once you kind of look to finalize with one of the apartments, you should call them and like talk to them about like the various questions that you have, because definitely you will have a lot of questions when you go through those leasing forms and those agreements that you have to sign. So make sure to call them and get everything sorted out. And there are many apps to do this, like to call the US. I think a lot of apps have a rate of like 1 rupee per minute or something. So don't try to like save money over there. Make sure you have things clear. The other thing that I want to talk about is like an old lease versus a new lease. So there are like, I have a couple of friends who have taken up a lease from students who have been leaving, and basically what happens is your price does not get like, your price doesn't jump again, and you're basically taking it from the old price where they leave off. So every time a house is put on a new lease, they kind of bump up the price, and so you can avoid this. And I've seen that like in certain places you can save almost like $100 per head, like almost $400-500 cheaper for the house. So this is something you can keep in mind as well. Next one is pests. So the homes here have a lot of pests. Like I know some houses that are like have a lot of cockroaches and stuff, and it's like really bad. So make sure that when you're talking to your leasing office that you ask them if they have some sort of like pest control that they do in like regular intervals. And I think the last thing that I want to touch on is like power. So in a lot of the apartments, like you will have to create an account with the company that provides power. In my case, it was APS. So you have to make an account with them, and then you have to tell them on what date you're going to be coming and when you want the power to like start and things like that. And they also give like student discounts and other things, so you can make sure to read them and look it up on their website. Coming to like monthly budget, so an average budget to keep if you're studying here at ASU is like $700. So roughly if you take $500 for your like rent, you can have like 100 to 150 for like groceries and your eating, and another $50 like miscellaneous expenses that might come up. And lastly, on our credit card. So the thing is, as soon as I landed here, I got this Resolve card. Initially I was very like skeptical about getting it, but once I got it, it was really helpful. And only get a credit card if you know for sure you can pay it off on time. Don't get into any kind of like credit trap or debt trap or anything of that. And the thing or the advantage about Zolve is you get that like 5% cashback on certain brands. So I made sure to only like shop at certain places where I get the cashback and things like that. And over a year I've saved almost like $100. So that's really good. That's also because I booked my flight back to India using my Zolve card, and that gave me 5% cashback as well. So the famous cards here are, one is Zolve, like I guess that's because it's famous among Indian students. And once you start working and you get an SSN, you can also get another card called Discover. So this really helps you like save a bit of money and also like kind of pay off like things on time. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.